is our navigational display.
How?
Sputnik, departure Sputnik 902, request high-speed climb.
Sputnik 902 approved.
Sputnik 902, thank you, and request direct Ibata.
Sputnik 902 direct back.
Alright, so we're overshooting our heading a little bit, so now go ahead and start turning to the right.
Yes, okay.
There you go. Direct Ibata, Sputnik 902. Okay, so as you can see, go ahead and start following the flight directors first. Go ahead and bank to the left.
Yes.
There you go. And then slowly push down. There you go. Good. So the flight directors, they don't just tell us which direction to go. They also tell us, basically, they also point us in a direction where our speed is also going to hit our target speed.
Okay.
So as you can see, our target speed right now is 322 knots.
Yeah.
Now we're descending. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and pull up and then bank to the right. So go ahead and bank to the right first, so that we proceed on a 180 heading. There you go. Then once it goes back to the center, there you go. You just center it just like that. There you go. And whenever you want to, you can go ahead and turn on the autopilot over here. To pull back up very slightly. We're descending once again. And we're also gaining speed because we're descending. Alright, I have controls.
Alright.
Alright, there you go. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to basically follow the flight directors over here. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to do one very continuous movement, just like that. So how fast your flight directors are going, that's how fast you're going to move the stick as well. So for example, ATC instructed us to fly direct to a waypoint, and as you can see, there's a modification that will insert. Now it's turning to the left.
Alright.
Observe how I'm going to turn the side stick to the left. Just like that.
Okay.
Alright, okay, you have control.
Alright.
There you go. Okay, so there's something blinking on our screen saying QNH 1010.
Yes.
But let's go ahead and explain how to use that after we finish our turn. There you go. Good. Departure, Sputnik 902, request handoff to no control.
Sputnik 902, contact the control
1.3. Sputnik 902. Control, Sputnik 902, climbing flight level 200, passing flight level 170.
Sputnik 902, control.
There you go. A little bit more. Continue climb 310, Sputnik 902. Okay, so you finished the turn. Now go ahead and turn on autopilot over here.
Autopilot?
Yep.
Alright.
So it's just one simple button.
Okay.
Well, not really, because there's all these other modes as well.
Yeah.
So ATC instructed us to climb further to 31,000. So go ahead and twist this knob
31,000.
until it says 31,000. There you go. And now I want you to push it as well.
Push it.
There you go.
So that's the enter.
Yes. Well, there's different modes to it, but basically with you pushing it, it allows us to climb more economically.
Okay.
Because it's following whatever whatever our computers computed for.
Alright.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and configure the aircraft a little bit. Let's go ahead and turn off the seatbelt signs over here. On my side, I'll turn on airport so that I can see any of our alternate airports that are available to us.
Okay. Alright.
And then I'll check our navigational capability. So I suppose as with ships, you have to check the signal strength basically. So on airplanes it's the same. GPS primary, accuracy is high.
Okay.
Now let's talk about that blinking thing on our screen over there. It says QNH. By the way, you can also zoom this out so you can see better on your navigational display. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. So this QNH over here, that basically represents our altimeter setting,
Alright.
because our altimeters, they rely on air pressure around the world. So let's say I switch this to like 963.
Okay.
Say there's a typhoon
Yes.
where we departed.
Mm-hmm.
So of course there's going to be a discrepancy. So above a certain altitude, in the Philippines it's 11,000 feet. Above a certain altitude, we're supposed to set our QNH to standard.
Standard. Alright.
So now mine is no longer blinking, as you can see.
Alright.
So on your side, go ahead and set your altimeter as well to standard by pulling.
By pulling, just pulling.
Yes. There you go. And now the message is no longer here
Yep.
because it said there was a discrepancy.
Oh, alright. So you have to manually adjust the altimeter.
Yeah, we're basically on the same altimeter setting as everyone else.
It's banging. Okay. But it's
Yeah, that's because we're on autopilot. And it's following, right now it's following this path over here. By the way, yeah, seatbelts are already off.
Yes.
And at this point, we're basically now in the, or we're still climbing, but
Mm-hmm.
kind of in the cruise phase. Right. So now, what the pilots have to do at this point is just monitor the various systems and whatnot.
Okay.
Check if their flight path is good. Check if their readings and their instruments are good, because these are two separate systems.
These are doors. Alright.
Yeah. So that's why, for example, the altimeter, if I set it to QNH, back to QNH,
You have that.
yeah, yours is still on standard. And we have to cross-check it, actually, because sometimes there could be issues on my side.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, a faulty altimeter reading, and your side should be good. So there's various ways to troubleshoot it. Now, at this point, yeah, there you go. Part of basically monitoring the systems is troubleshooting whatever failed system we have.
Okay.
So we have an autoflight FAC2 fault over here.
Alright.
First things first, what we do is acknowledge the failure. So go ahead and press this button on your side. Yep.
Yeah.
There you go. Now, can you read the title for me?
Yeah. Autoflight FAC2 fault.
Okay. Now, we verified a failure. I know that the FAC2 button is in the flight control panel.
Yeah.
And then it's over here.
Yes.
Is there a fault light?
Yeah.
Alright, there you go. That's because sometimes this can give out spurious alerts. And we have to verify it first over here.
This is regarding the autopilot.
Yes.
Okay.
One of the flight computers.
Alright.
So now, since we verified it, we can now go ahead and perform the steps. So it says FAC2 off and on. So turn it off and wait for 3 seconds. Press it.
3 seconds.
You can release it. Let's wait for 3 seconds. 3. Okay, now go ahead and press it back on. Alright, and now ECAM actions are complete. That's basically how you troubleshoot things on the Airbus.
Alright.
On a ship, how does it usually go? We have to call the engineers.
We have some errors, but then we double checked it and then we reset as well. And then if not, then call the engineers and electricians.
And then they're basically going to be the ones who's mainly
Yes.
going to be troubleshooting.
Yes, because we're busy outside.
Well, yeah, you're navigating, so.
Yes.
Alright.
Where is the wind speed? This is the wind speed.
Yes.
We are by knots.
Yes, nuts. Alright, okay. So since it's a pretty short flight, let's go ahead and prepare the aircraft for descent. So can you go ahead and press flight plan over here?
Okay.
Can you press RPVM22? Press it a little bit harder. There you go. Press arrival. At this page, this is where we verify that our kind of approach, which is an RNAV approach, and also our arrival. So basically, the arrival, it's a standard set of waypoints that are published by the respective authority. Like for in the Philippines, we have CAAP, Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines, and they publish these waypoints in these arrivals over here. And our arrival is going to be the Batay 3 Romeo.
Alright.
For the approach, I have this information that is sent to our computers. You have it on your side as well, but I showed it here. It says here that we should expect the RNP runway 22 approach. The RNP 22 falls under the RNAV 22 approach. So it says here APPR, which means approach.
Okay.
It says RNAV 22.
Mm-hmm.
You confirm that it's on. You confirm that it's RNAV 22. Over here, it's RNAV 22.
No, this is R now.
Yeah.
So yes.
All right. Basically, RNAV is a satellite-based approach.
Okay,
So
all right.
it's very reliant on our navigational capability on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Now, since we verified that it's already filled out here,
Yeah.
go ahead and press perf.
It's perform.
Press next phase. Press next phase once more. There you go. On the approach page, this is where we give the aircraft some data for it to calculate
Okay.
in our flight. Okay. So now it says here on my side that the information that we have in Mach 10 right now is QNH 1010. That's the air pressure. What does this say?
QNH 1010.
Okay, there you go.
Pressure.
For the temperature, I have 28 degrees Celsius.
Yeah. 28. Yes.
28, there you go. And for our winds, it says here 250 right?
Yeah.
But our winds are going to be 070 at 3 knots.
Okay.
So type down 070.
070.
Then slash
3 knots.
3. So 070 is the heading,
Yeah.
where it comes from, and then 3 is
3
the
knots.
speed.
Yes.
Go ahead and put it on magnet.
Okay.
There you go. Then, with this information, we're basically telling the aircraft that those are the conditions, and it's going to calculate a VAP speed for us, which is our approach speed.
Okay.
Yeah. For the barrel over here, what I want you to put there is, I'll go ahead and check. So actually right now I have the charts over here. This is what the pilots use to basically verify that their computers are showing the accurate information,
Okay.
or showing the accurate waypoints and whatnot. Ready to send 160 Sputnik 902. So can you put this to 16,000 first?
16,000.
There you go, 16,000. Not yet. So for the barrel minimums, by the way, this is what our flight plan is going to look like later.
Mhm.
I'll show you an example as we start descending, but we're mainly concerned about our minimum altitude. It says here 5460.
Okay.
But company procedure, we're gonna add 50 feet to it.
All right.
So go ahead and type down 510.
510. Yeah.
Put it on barrel.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it. We're basically done with setting up the aircraft, and as you can see, we're approaching our top of descent, which is representative of this white arrow over here.
Mhm.
We're pretty much ready, so all we need to do is press this.
Okay.
There you go. And now you can see our modes changed on our display. It says DES, which stands for descent over here. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Descent.
All right.
There you go. All right. Now, basically, this minimum altitude here, we put that there so that the aircraft reminds us that 510 feet is our minimum altitude.
All right.
Once we descend to 510 feet, the aircraft will say minimums,
Mhm.
and we have to confirm if we're visual with the runway.
Okay.
Because if we continued, then it's going to be very illegal and very dangerous. Yeah. So at that point, we would go around or divert to a different airport. All right. Okay. A lot of information in an aircraft. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Plenty.
A lot of things to basically consider and do, but it's pretty much the same with the ship.
Yeah.
It's a matter of what you're trained on, basically.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. On a ship, is the wind presented like this as well? 0703.
No, we had separate ones. Usually it's we had an electronic chart.
Like something similar to this.
Yes.
Ah.
Something like that. So it's configured, and then it has a separate panels.
Separate panels.
Yes.
Okay. Like separate panels, like a display.
Yes.
Okay. So something like this, but like a third screen.
Yeah.
Sputnik 902 contact Mach 10 approach 124.7.
With that approach, 124.7. Sputnik 902. Thank you. Okay. Now I'll go ahead and contact Mach 10 approach as we're descending now. So, alright. Mach 10 approach, spinning 902, descending flight level 160, passing on flight level 190.
Spinning 902, Mach 10 approach, radar contact, continue descent 4000.
Continue descent 4000, spinning 902. Alright, set this to 4000.
4,000.
Alright, there you go. So 4000 set, 4000 blue. Go ahead and turn on to right. Alright, so as we're descending, once again, we're gonna have to be responsible and let our passengers know that we're descending so that they have an idea what's going on. Alright, so take it away.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck. This is your Captain Wilbert Montalvo speaking about Sputnik Aviation flight number
902.
902. We are 15 minutes to landing as we start descent for the on-time arrival into Cebu, where the weather is expected to be good. Whether your travels may take you, we'd like to thank you for choosing Sputnik Aviation today on your flight to Cebu. Again, to everyone's safety, follow the cabin sign and instructions of the cabin crew. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the flight. We hope to see you again on board your future flights here in Sputnik Aviation. And thank you.
Alright, thank you so much. And now you can also see this first line over here.
Okay. Cabin crew, please prepare the cabin for arrival.
Alright, now turn on the seatbelt signs over here.
Okay.
Very beautiful PA. Alright, okay. Now we're passing our transition flight level. So you can see our altimeter is now blinking again.
Yeah.
So at this point, our QNH is 1010. So go ahead and set our QNH to 1010. Now press it. Press this button. That one on your side. This one.
Sorry. Just press it.
There you go. Do you guys have an altimeter on your ship?
It's
As weird as a question that
we don't have.
Ah, okay.
Because usually it depends on the draft of the ship and then we calculate it. We only use altimeter for when passing under the bridge or taking celestial navigation.
Even in celestial navigation.
Yes.
Okay. All right. In what cases would you use celestial navigation?
For practices for the cadets and for if we had the vetting inspectors, we had to show due diligence
And basically show that you can still do it.
Yes.
But I'm assuming in most cases you're using like satellite navigation
Yes,
as well.
yes. We have bigger screens and maps.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
With echo sounders.
All right. We're below 10,000 feet. We can now go ahead and turn on both our landing lights.
Big lights, left and right. Okay.
There you go. We turn on this button as well. You have one on your side. That is basically our landing system. It gives us guidance on our screen, showing our glide slope and our localizer. So since we're satellite navigation, these are pseudo guidance. It's not really based on actual nav aids on the ground.
Yes.
But it's basically another set of guidance that Airbus has provided to its pilots.
Okay.
That's why Airbus is such an innovator. All right. Okay. We're also approaching Golda, waypoint Golda. You can zoom in your screen if you would like.
Spinning 902 at Golda, you are cleared for the RP2 to approach, report and establish.
At Golda, clear for the RP2 to report established. Sputnik 902. Okay. So we can now also go ahead and set this to 2,000.
2,000.
Actually, 2,400. So go ahead and twist it to 400. 2,400. And then this time, I want you to pull. There you go. When you pull it, that white dot disappeared, and now we're at open descent.
Okay.
Basically, what that does is the aircraft will keep descending and follow its target speed over here.
Okay.
It will disregard any of the constraints.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And as you can see, it's like a right turn, right?
Yes.
Look over here. We're approaching from this direction, and we're also going to make a right turn all the way to the runway. Yeah. All right. Now, they said that we're cleared for the approach. So what I want you to do is, can you go ahead and press the APPR button, please?
Yes.
There you go. I'll activate the approach phase on my side. But what I want you to do is I want you to pull this, pull, and then set it to 230.
230.
There you go. I'll go ahead and help the aircraft descend further. I'm adding a little bit of speed brake for you. And I want you to press auto brake low for me. There you go. All right. So now what the aircraft is doing is it's capturing these diamonds over here. Our guidance changed. It says FGS and F low. So now it's capturing these diamonds and it will disregard whatever we have here on the altitude primarily. But the speed it will keep following because it's separate from those modes.
Now we're increasing.
Yeah. Now actually, can you go ahead and set our speed to 180, please?
180.
Or more like 185 actually.
185.
Now, we can now go ahead and set our first set of flaps. So go ahead and set flaps 1.
1?
Yes.
Okay.
There you go. Now, I'll go ahead and tell the controller that we're established because we're tracking these 2 diamonds now, all the way to our approach. Departure Sputnik 902 established runway 22.
Contact Tower 18.1.
Tower 18.1, Sputnik 902. Thank you. Now, there's a little bit of trouble. We're a little bit too fast. So what we can do is we can go ahead and set the landing gear down. So pull it back and then set it down.
As a brake.
So that we slow down even further.
The track.
Actually, can you also set the altitude now to 4,000 feet without pulling or pushing?
4,000.
Yeah, 4,000. That's our missed approach altitude, and in case we have to go around, we climb to 4,000 feet.
Okay.
At this point, we can now set the flaps to